Welcome to An Author Dissects a Narrative with your host, Husna Haze. In this captivating series, we will unravel the intricate tapestries of your favorite movies, TV shows, games, books, and beyond. Prepare to embark on a journey of analysis and exploration as we uncover the hidden gems and profound themes within these beloved narratives. Remember to show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing for a regular dose of insightful content. Let's delve into the realms of storytelling together. Welcome back to the Deconstructed Universe. That's right, we're back. Now, I have to apologize because we've kind of been on an unannounced, unplanned, hiatus. This is not because I wanted to be on a hiatus. It's just because I have a book that's due, I have deadlines that I'm missing, and I'm literally struggling to write this book. And obviously there's other books out there that I'm working on. I'm busy. We all have to work. We all have jobs, and everybody who's ever had a job knows basically what I'm doing right now is I'm drowning in deadlines. And, I love this Deconstructed Universe, Author Dissects a Narrative, series, and I really love that you guys really accepted and basically we're really hype when the Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons, part that I did with An Author Dissects a Narrative. So I'm going to put it out there in the stratosphere that I'm going to post on this series every once or twice a week. I'm going to put it out there now. Now, I don't know if I can guarantee that that's going to happen, but I've put it out there. So at least if I can't post every week, I can post every other week. Now, with my Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Author Dissects a Narrative series, I like to say thank you for everybody. Those videos I could doing great, and then some of them are doing not so great, but bottom line is I love you guys interacting, and I have seen your comments about reading the books. I have read the books of Game of Thrones. I have read the books, guys. Now, I might have not interpreted them as well or as you want me to interpret them, but I've read them and I've interpreted them the way that I've interpreted them, and it's just what it is. I will try to do better, but I'm a fan. But bottom line is I've read the books, guys. Okay, you don't need to post it 17 times. I've read the books. Maybe I'm not articulating things as well as you would want me to, but bottom line is you don't need to post to read the books. I've read the books. Maybe I will reread the books. Maybe I'll do that. But bottom line is it is what it is. Now we're back, and this is Deadpool and Wolverine. We're gonna review it. I'm gonna try to be really quick with this, just because it's literally 9 o'clock at night and I just came out of the movie theater. The first thing that I did when I came out of the movie theater is actually funny. I asked, the person I went with, out of 10, what do you rate Deadpool and Wolverine? And then as soon as I said that, I was like, wait a minute. You wouldn't even give it a 10. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna rephrase that. Literally the next words out of my mouth were wait, 5 out of 5. What, out of 5, what would you rate Deadpool and Wolverine? And they said, hey, I would rate it a 3. I rated it a 3. I was like, wow. Yeah, I found it really funny. This is before I gave my rating, by the way. I was like, I find it really funny. I like really enjoyed it. It was like really fun. The music was great. I'm feeling nostalgic. I was not born in the 80s. You know, I literally just love Madonna. You will not catch me listening to anything Madonna past like 2006, 2005. Like in 2006, I was like literally in primary school, so it doesn't even matter. The bottom line is like, I love her old stuff. Like Life is a Mystery, Like a Prayer. Okay. Life is a mystery. We must all stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. Like, okay, I'm literally losing it. But bottom line is, I know the words, it's just like I can't sing. But if you'd met me 10 or 15 years ago, oh my gosh, I would tell you with my chest I could sing. I could sing. I would literally bust out. You know, I went on like a literal label, like search for singing. Like literally there was a record label that was having auditions, holding auditions, and I went. That's how much I felt and I like believed I could sing. Bottom line is, I'm not gonna tell you how that whole thing went, but maybe that's like a story for another time. But clearly I can't sing. Like I've woken up since then. I cannot sing. I cannot hold a note for anything. Okay. So yeah, like the music was great. The story arcs were great. So this movie had obviously Daphne Keane. She reprised her role as Laura. We had Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. We had Blind Al as Leslie, you know, was played by Leslie Adams. And then obviously Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. And then we had Channing Tatum. Yes, guys, we had Channing Tatum. He played Remy LeBleu. And then we had the original Blade, Wesley Snipes. I have to say, it was like fantastic. And then we had Maureen Baccarin. I hope I said her name right. Yeah, as Vanessa. And then we had Matthew McDuffin as Mr. Paradox. Now, obviously, this was the setup for the bad guy. Mr. Paradox was the bad guy. He basically, the way that I can explain that Mr. Paradox's whole story arc is, if you've ever had a job and you've had a manager or a supervisor and they like don't know what like they're doing, or they never know anything, or they implement these like stupid, useless, you know, they impractical things, like these processes, and they implement them team-wide, and they just make your job harder. And it's like, you know what, like this is what needs to be done, but they're not listening to the employees that are on the ground doing the work. So Mr. Paradox was like, you know what, I'm gonna go off and do my own thing. I'm gonna build this huge time killer. I'm gonna kill this universe because, FYI, Wolverine died in this universe, so he was basically the anchor for that universe, and you know, he's no longer alive. So it's like, I've basically been assigned to babysit this universe until it like literally pitters out and dies. I'm just gonna kill it now. That's basically his whole thing. And then he's like, I'm gonna show them how to be he was gonna basically show the higher ups how, you know, to make the system more sufficient and how to basically do some real work around there. And obviously, clearly, everybody under him agreed with him because they were 110% behind him. Nobody ever ratted him out. Nothing happened. They were all like 10 times and 10 toes down with him. And, you know, clearly he's like a good leader because they followed him in his like little side quest of being the bad guy. Now, I say that because obviously he recruits Deadpool and lets Deadpool know, like, listen, like, this universe is gonna die. And Deadpool, being like the fun, loving, lovable guy who at heart is just really like lost and just trying to find his tribe, trying to matter, basically is like, wait, like, I can fix this. I can just literally just go and get another Wolverine and we'll be good. And my universe won't have to die. He actually calls himself the MCU's, savior. And we see like a lot of like, maybe like Easter eggs with like, we see like a lot of Easter eggs with, Captain America. Do we see a lot of Easter eggs with Captain America? No. We see a lot of Easter eggs with Thor. And like basically a lot of stuff with like the multiverse. Oh yeah, we did see Captain America. So we see a lot of that, and then obviously he goes on this like side quest where he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go audition Wolverines to be the new anchor in this world, because I need to save the people that matter to me. And obviously this whole movie is it's just kind of like a therapy for both Wolverine and Deadpool, because obviously Deadpool is over here on the side. He has like issues. He has issues. He's going through like a midlife crisis. His job, his career is not where he wants it to be. His family is not where he wants it to be. His, self-esteem, how he feels about himself is not where he wants it to be. But instead of like going out and getting a new haircut, because he has no hair, he's wearing a toupee. And instead of like going out and like buying like the most like inconvenient car ever that the green climate people will like yell for, he goes out and like gets a job as a car dealer. And he's not doing very great at that. He's got his roommate, the woman that he loves got away from him, and he feels lost. And then on the other hand, we have Wolverine, who feels lost. He feels alone. He feels a failure. He feels like, he let down his world, and he feels worthless in that sense. He doesn't know how to redeem himself. He's not thinking about redeeming himself because that's never been an option for him, because it's never been something that's come up for him to be like, oh, I can redeem myself. In this world, nobody really likes him. In this world, he's just kind of a drunk. He's got substance issues, and well, they both do. And, they're basically lost. One has his tribe, and he's just trying to figure himself out and find himself in matter. And the other one doesn't have anything tethering him to his world. He's just kind of a mess. He has nothing. He's just, he has nothing but the hurt and the misery. So we've got these two people. Now, obviously Deadpool, he had an interview with, Happy, and Happy, he literally was throwing shit at Happy left and right. He literally told this man, do you know Deadpool told this man, what is your power? Parallel parking? Okay, first of all, mic drop. Second of all, he was like, aren't you the chauffeur? And Happy was like, yeah, I started as a chauffeur and I pivoted into security, head of security. That's why I'm interviewing you. So it's like really funny. So this movie, you'll go in there and you'll laugh. I laughed from the moment I sat down. This movie is 2 hours long, guys. It's a long movie. And it's something that was like holding me back in going to watch it, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's so long. Like, those chairs, you sit in those like cinema chairs, and they literally like, your butt will go numb, okay? It'll go numb, you'll fidget, you get pulled out of it. And I feel like the internet has like ruined like our attention span. Like this stuff we do with scrolling on like shorts and on TikTok, on Instagram, literally our attention span is literally like melting. It's melting. Bottom line is like, I was like sat in that movie theater and it did not feel like I was sat in there for 2 hours. It did not feel like I was sat in there for 2 hours. This movie is got great heart, great story arcs, and Ryan Reynolds, he really embodies the character of Deadpool. Like basically actors are defined in their career with like the various characters that they play, and this one, Deadpool, is definitely Ryan Reynolds' defining character that he's playing, which is nothing bad about it. It's just like when he's not playing Deadpool and he's like playing something else like Red Notice, or he's like in The Proposal, or he's in like any of the other plethora of work that he's done. He's been working for a long time. He's just kind of playing the same note, if that makes sense. And it's just kind of sad, because when I was like watching Hugh Jackman as Wolverine playing alongside Deadpool, I wasn't seeing Hugh Jackman. I was seeing Wolverine. But when I was, seeing Deadpool, I was seeing Deadpool as well. When Ryan Reynolds was playing Deadpool. But the thing is, I kept being reminded about Ryan Reynolds, not in Deadpool, in other characters that he's played. And for instance, like the Hitman's wife and the Hitman's bodyguard. Literally, I just kept drawing parallels. It was just like, wow, like he's always playing the same note. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to come across like I'm criticizing or anything like that. I'm just saying like he's playing the same note. Please put it in the comment section below. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think? But I'm just saying like there's characters out here that have been played by, different actors and actresses, and they have carried it. Like, can I tell you? I don't know if you guys have ever watched like Vikings. I've watched all the Vikings. I know I'm a bit of a nerd, but I'm also like a history buff. I'm actually going to be watching Napoleon. But bottom line is like Travis Fimmel as Ragnar, like he played his socks off. Okay, that is Ragnar Lothbrok. Okay, he killed it in that role. But the thing is, Travis Fimmel has been in Warcraft. He's been in Raised by Wolves. And in those characters that he played, I did not see Ragnar Lothbrok. I saw the characters that Travis was playing. So I'm just saying it can be done. Like actors do that. It's just, I don't know what Ryan Reynolds is doing. I don't know. Maybe this is just like his range. Maybe this is the only range that he can hit. Like, some of us like can run a certain speed to a certain, distance. Maybe this is within acting range, the only distance that Ryan Reynolds can truly run to. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, like, come on, Travis Fimmel. And oh, by the way, he's going to be in Dune Prophecy. And I'm going to be watching that because, hello, I love me some science fiction. So basically, yeah, this movie is basically going to be like fun. You're going to laugh. It's got good music, good score. It's kind of the reason that I love film and I love writing is because like in these books and in these pages, these characters, these TV shows and these, movies, we see like an imitation of life put up on screen. Something to take us out of our everyday, our mundane, and something to basically show us as like a human being, like an imitation of life, an imitation of humanity on screen. So we saw like Deadpool and Wolverine go through all these emotions that we all have gone through at some point or another. The feeling of being lost, the feeling of finding yourself. We've all been through those feelings. Bottom line is they go through all these feelings and, there's this huge thing. Oh, by the way, there's some really amazing cameos because we see Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. And I don't know why you guys hate on those movies, okay, with Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, because I love them, and like Reed Richards, it was peak. Those are my Fantastic Four. I love them, okay? But bottom line is like those movies were cute. I still watch them. I enjoy them. I don't know why they get so much hate. And we saw Chris Evans reprise that role. We saw a lot of people reprise their roles. We saw Jennifer Garner reprise her role as Carmen Electra. And I think I've already mentioned Daphne Keane reprise her role as Laura. And then we got like, obviously, Wesley Snipes as Blade. I mean, killed it. So we had all these cameos. They were like fantastic, good storyline. And I just love it, like when they were going through like this scene where obviously they were all like, yeah, we're gonna like team up and we're gonna matter, we're gonna do something, while they were fighting against Professor Xavier's twin sister that he didn't know about. When they were fighting against her, they were like, yeah, we're gonna go and we're gonna like fight, we're gonna matter. And then like Wolverine was like, you're all stupid, you're all gonna die. And it's like, yeah, like that's what we as the audience think at these moments in time when we like watch stuff like this, like in beats like that. And I'm just like glad that like this was great. They broke the fourth wall, they broke the fifth wall, We had like the whole Deadpool thing where like all the Deadpools came out and like fought against Wolverine and Deadpool. And by the way, I do stand by my belief that Deadpool killed Johnny Storm on purpose, and he also killed the good Deadpool, the chill Deadpool, the zen Deadpool with the gold pistols and the dog. I think he was Dogpool. Dogpool's former owner on purpose. Like, he did that on purpose. Like, he's crazy if he thinks that we think that we don't know that he did it on purpose. But it's fine. He's got a good heart and we can excuse that. So this movie, I describe it as something like a sweet cake. You know, it's something that is there. It's really nice. Got a nice filling. You're going to enjoy it. Going to be filled. It's going to be delicious. You're not going to feel like you wasted your time. You're going to have a good time. And, you know, after that, you're going to be like, yeah, that was good. That was a great movie to watch. So I definitely rate this movie a B+. It's got to be a B+. The reason that I'm not giving it like any higher, and the reason that I don't want to give it like a C or just a B, is because it actually, under all the like the snark and the comedy and like the blood and the gore, because it was really gory, guys, it was really gory. Under all of that, it was actually a great story arc with Deadpool and Wolverine. They actually grew as people. And I like at the end where, you know, Wolverine was like, you know what, like, he didn't ask, but obviously Deadpool asked for him, like, listen, I promised Wolverine over here that you could probably save his world, you know, after everything happened. And, you know, Deadpool was like, listen, like, no, I think it was like one of the time variants managers came and was like, listen, like, to change all of that happened to him in the past and that he did in the past would mean that he wouldn't be the person that he is today, who saved basically all life. So kind of understood that. That was like my biggest takeaway from the movie. And I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me know in the comment section what you feel about that, or what your biggest takeaway was. Welcome to the end of the video, and thank you very much for making it to the end. Make sure you check out Vertigo Honor Bound by Blood, the first installment in the Vertigo book series. It is set in 2095 at the heart of the Imperial Champion regime, where Emperor Gregory Champion rules over Earth and the colonies stretching out across the solar system, where there is a virus called the Megavirus that has mutated and changed the political landscape of Earth. This is a story about factions, about coming of age, about the importance of being firm in what you believe in a world where bloodlines matter. What faction are you?